If you've been making progress for a while now and you're struggling to find the motivation to keep going, or if you haven't made any progress yet and you don't know where to start, stop living in the moment. Instead of taking action in the present for your present self, start taking action in the present for yourself in the future.
And here we go.
For example, when you set an alarm the night before and you commit to waking up early the next morning, when that alarm clock goes off, it's a whole different feeling than the motivation you felt the night before, right? But instead of thinking for yourself in the present and being like, oh, the pillow's nice and soft, the blanket's warm, it's comfy in this bed, instead of thinking like that, think about yourself in the future, because you know that if you get up 30 minutes later, you're not going to be as tired and you're going to be so glad that you are up and you're already attacking your day before everyone else is up. But when you snooze the alarm and you go back to bed, you are currently operating in a state of how you feel in the present. So instead, have the frame of mind that everything I do in the present is setting my future self up for success. Because that for me is where I've been able to find the most joy and the most fulfillment in my life, is that every single action I take in the present will benefit myself in the future. And as a result, the more internal peace of mind that I feel, because anxiety, in my opinion, is nothing more than not knowing the outcome of a situation. And when you don't take any action, you're obviously limiting yourself from knowing that outcome. Because we'll stick with the example of not waking up early, because everyone can relate to it. When you snooze that alarm and you go back to bed, you feel good about it in the moment. But then 2 hours go by and you wake up at 8 instead of 6. You're like, shit, now that workout I was supposed to get done, that task I was supposed to complete for my side hustle, now I'm 2 hours behind. And that is when that quote unquote depression kicks in. That feeling of not keeping the promises that you made to yourself. That is where the anxiety comes from. It's from not taking action in the present and knowing you're going to regret it in the future. But instead, if you flip this mindset on its head from how I feel now to how I will feel in the future, you will be rewarded in the future for the work that you put in the present, for the sacrifices that you make now for yourself in the future. And that's what's really been helping me, especially over the past couple of months, because I personally wake up at 4:30 every single solitary morning, and being able to instantly shift my frame of mind from how do I feel now in the bed into how will I feel 30 minutes from now once I've completed my morning routine has made it so much easier for me to get up every single morning. Because me personally, I always feel the best and I'm in the best state of mind after I've knocked out my morning routine, which, if you're wondering, it consists of making my bed, weighing myself, drinking 32 ounces of water, journaling for about 5 minutes, and then going outside and doing my 50 push-ups that I post on my Instagram story every single day. And then once I do that, I go straight into my morning cardio and then straight into work, straight into a flow state. And at that point, that's when it becomes pure bliss. Even though I felt like shit not even an hour ago, I think to myself, how blessed am I that I get to wake up at 4:30 every single day and serve others, whether it's building out programs for my coaching or recording one of these videos. Anything that I'm doing, it's just like, how blessed am I that I get to do this right now? But when I stay in the bed, because I'm human and I've done it countless times before, I realize that every single time that I decide to sleep in, I always regret it and I always hate myself for it. But I would rather go through the pain of forcing myself to get up no matter how many hours of sleep I got the night before than going through the pain of feeling like shit mentally and hating myself the rest of the day because I didn't live up to the standard that I set for myself. And switching that frame of mind for me, I swear to you, has 100x'd my productivity and 100x'd my progress towards my goals. Because at the end of the day, you either sacrifice for what you want, or what you want will become the sacrifice. And I know it's super cliche, but one of my favorite quotes of all time is from Tim Grover, who used to be the strength coach for Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant and all these famous athletes. But he has a quote that says, if you think the price for success is high, wait until you get the bill from regret. And that shit, it's just like, that shit just hits hard. Because for me, I would rather try and fail and try and fail and try and fail over and over and over again until I succeed than just try once and fail and it not work out and just be like, oh, I guess it's just not meant to be. And that's the mindset that I think a lot of people have. They try going to the gym, they try losing weight, or they try building muscle. And if it doesn't immediately work in 1 to 2 months, or the second that they're faced with any type of adversity, they see it as this monumental failure and they just give up after 1 or 2 tries. But all you have to do is just expand your time horizon and tell yourself, I am going to fail over and over and over again until I win. Because when you expand your time horizon long enough, it literally becomes unreasonable that you will not win. But only if you consistently put in the reps and consistently show up day after day and do the things that other successful people have done that have led them to where you want to go. I don't care how young you are, how old you are, how intelligent you think you are, or how stupid you think you might be. There are guys out here that are far less qualified than you, that look 10 times better than you, and are making 100 times more money than you. All you have to do is stick to the habits on a long enough time frame that other successful people have done that have led them to success in that area that you want to succeed in. Stick to the habits in the now that lead to success, and in the future, success will lead itself to you. But I love you, boys. And as always, remember, success is not the best revenge, it is the only revenge.